2 weeks ago was ice age 50, and they only made it to mile 40. Even though I averaged around 12-minute mile, 12 to 13-minute mile in the first 20 miles, there were moments where I was going all out on the downhills and jogging, not even power hiking, but I would run the climbs and I would pass people, and then I would stop to pee or whatever, and these people would pass me, so they weren't far behind, and they were walking the hills. So that is a lesson learned. Around mile 17, I can see in my splits, after mile 17 I started to slow down close to 15-minute mile, and at mile 30th or so I started to get this weird pain in the back of my leg, like between my butt and my knee, but like in the back of the leg. So that really slowed me down. I felt that again on Friday. My leg was really tired, and I can feel some of it today. So coach was encouraging me to roll more, stretch more, especially the glute. So feeling really sluggish today, according to my Whoop. Only have had a 23% recovery. Breathing rate was elevated, temperature was elevated. Yeah, I remember waking up because I had acid indigestion, and of course I ate whole pizza yesterday and Dairy Queen Blizzard. So yeah, I paid for it. Supposed to have a 45-minute cross training, but I could do a run, so I decided to go for the run. But right now I'm walking. I do feel that little nagging feeling in my butt and my leg. Wow. Really low levels. Good for fishing, I guess. So they had the Plains River Trail kayak marathon, kayak and canoe marathon, I think a week ago. So hopefully it was higher level of water. So made it to mile 40. Somewhere around mile 30 and mile 40 my legs started to hurt. It wasn't bad, like that I couldn't run or walk, but I felt I would walk, it'll go away, start running, and it was okay for a couple minutes. Then it was like my leg would get weak and I couldn't push from it or with it forward, so it was really difficult, and I started losing the time I had accumulated. I had banked some time at the beginning, first 20 miles, and started losing all that time in my following 10 miles. When I made it to mile 40, there was a cutoff. We're supposed to be there at 3:40 p.m. and the truth is that I didn't want to go back out. I didn't want to go back out because there was a lot of hills. Those 3 miles, once you reach mile 40 and come back, those 3 miles were really challenging, and I didn't want to go back out there, so I slowed down. So basically I gave up, and by the time I made it to mile 48 station, I was 2 minutes over the cutoff. Now, justification time. Even if I had made it to mile 40 at 3:39, I had to be out of the aid station by 3:40. So I don't even know if I would have had time to refill my bottles. And then there was another cutoff at mile 43, and I know for sure I was not making that one. So yeah, I basically gave up around mile 39 and started walking and running slow, and that was it. I didn't even try. Or so the sweepers at mile 40, they were just leaving the aid station when I got there, and I know one of them, and she's telling me that go and come turn around, and if I could stay in front of them I could make the cutoff, but I can't stay in front of them. So I run with them on my training runs, and normally I run alone because I can't keep up with them. So after running 40 miles and in pain, I wasn't gonna make it. So they told the same thing to this other guy who came in after me, that if he got out of the aid station and could pass them, he could make the cutoff. But aid station volunteers didn't let him out because it's just the race rules, you know. Not every aid station, but a lot of aid stations have cutoffs. So I was chasing cutoffs basically, and I think banking time in the first 50K, even though I got a personal best, I sacrificed my 50-mile race. It's learning experience. Aid station went better than the 50K, but Melissa and I, we could not open a lot of the tailwind packs, so we know we need a pair of scissors, or maybe make a little cut before a race so you can tear it open right away, because we couldn't find, a lot of times we couldn't find where the little cut was for the single packs, and we lost time there. So that's a lesson. So this is only my 4th ultra marathon. I did the Plains River Trail in October with 7 hours and 30 something minutes, but that's a flat race. I did Frozen Gnome in January, which has about 4,500 feet of elevation gain. That's a 10K loop. And then I did NK 50K, which is an unofficial 50K. It's a 50K, it just doesn't have a official finish time. It's more like this Greenbush runners, they do these I think they do 2 50Ks a year, Costs like $10, and then you can buy a hat or a flannel shirt or something. So that's cool. I'll do that one again, and I'll do again Frozen Gnome. So and then I did, and that was it. So that NK50K took me about 8 hours and 40 something minutes, with another probably 3,700 feet gain. And this one was 40 miles and maybe 3,500 gain. I think the total is 5,000 something. So the 50K was about 3,000 feet gain, and I did that in 7 hours and 14 minutes. Again, it was a great thing to get it done, but I sacrificed my race for it, which is not cool. Nice picture here. So next up is Pleasant Prairie Triathlon, which I have to take care of this tooth before I do that for the swim. Because any cold water just gives me pain, or any liquid. Then in a month, that's in a month, then I have a Lake Country Triathlon. It's another Olympic and 70.3 race. I don't know if they have a sprint. It's a good one. Then that's in July. It's in 2 months. Then I wanted to run 45 miles for my 45th birthday, but I don't think I'll do that. I have Hennepin 100 in October 7th, and then I have Tbunk Challenge 50K. So it's I believe it's a 9-mile loop. 9-mile loop course, somewhere around 1,000 feet of elevation each loop. So I have to do 4 loops of that one, and then 1 loop of a smaller loop called the yellow loop. 4 loops of the blue loop, 1 loop of the yellow loop. That's in Nordic Trail. It's a good place to run. So yeah, that's a night that they have different challenges. They have a 50K, 50 mile, 100 mile, 200 miles. I think 150, I'm not sure. And then they have a 50K at night, which is the one I signed up for. And that's it for this year. And next year, go back to Frozen No, NK 50K, and Ice Age 50. I think that's what I'm doing for running next year. And I'm doing these 2 triathlons, which I always do. And I'm just going to focus on training and probably volunteering more at races and in the Ice Age Trail. And that's it for now. It's not deep, it's just nasty.